Ritchie Torres, 5 days out from an election, alongside Ethan Klein and Destiny, these guys who are like supposedly progressive, they were so invested in making sure that this list did not have one single progressive person on it. Talk to me about your fucking priorities, please. 5 days out from a fucking election. Do you think it would have been more successful if Twitch banned me? You think it would have been better overall? That's crazy to me. Like, that's actually crazy. I could not believe it. I didn't want to talk about it too much because, like, there was a lot of, like, obvious insanity happening behind the scenes, but I was trying to be as laser focused on you know, the upcoming election as possible. But it blew my mind. Like, Ritchie Torres was so stupid that he, like, aligned with a dude who personally has propped up Nicolas fucking Fuentes, like, deliberately revitalized Nicolas Fuentes' dead career. Can you imagine? Who the fuck's on Rumble? Yeah, I mean, this is botted into oblivion. Can you explain the Dems try to ban you? Yes. Destiny's community actively fucking went to every advertiser and tried to get me, try to apply pressure. It didn't work, but they tried to apply pressure to Twitch. They went to the ADL with the express purpose of trying to get me banned before the election. They did a mass brigading campaign, and very openly so. And they knew that I don't have any advertisers, so they can't fucking get me, right? Personally, they can't go to my advertisers. Apparently they went to the Majority Report advertisers and got their advertisers to pull out right before the election. They openly said, we are going to start a active brigading campaign, Gamergate style, and try to get Hasan banned from Twitch before the election. And they also very openly said that they were doing it as a troll. Like, they thought it would be very funny if they were able to do this. And it got so fucking insane because they went to every news outlet and tried to shop this story. And of course, journalists were like, what are you talking about? There's an election in 5 days. Shut the fuck up. So they got nothing from those news outlets. And the only one dumb enough to bite it was literally Ritchie Torres, who is supposed to be a somewhat progressive member of the Democratic Party. What is this? Here's a clip of D's right-hand man saying...
Yes. You would bend the knee?
Yes. Instead of dying? Yes.
Never bend the knee.
Oh, I will bend the knee. I have no fucking... I'll do anything, whatever it takes.
Okay, the things that Trump has said he
I
wants
will
to...
never give up until Dan Clancy is dead. I will bend whatever...
They actively targeted Dan Clancy directly. They actively targeted people who are in the trust and safety team on Twitch directly. One of those morons said they would go after everyone who appears on your show, fucking loser behavior. Yeah, they spam emailed everyone. They spam emailed advertisers being like, look at these out of context clips. This person is promoting anti-Semitism. Democrats need someone who can speak to the youth, someone with consistently progressive politics, someone who knows how to debate, someone who will, as a white guy, defend saying the N-word, someone who will almost always victim blame in instances of a woman being sexually assaulted. That's the kind of guy, someone who has advocated for white supremacists to kill Black Lives Matter protesters because he thought that it would be hurting Biden's chances of re-election or hurting Biden's chances in the 2020 election. That's the kind of guy. Someone who's called trans people mentally ill, someone who platforms Nazis. Like, these people are so fucking delusional. They don't understand. They just like live in this like warped reality. Like, a lot of people probably see a couple clips on TikTok here and there of him like owning a dumbass right winger and go, this guy seems good. And then they personally understand exactly what the fuck this dude is about. And they go, never mind. I've never had a more viscerally unpleasant reaction to meeting someone than I did with this man. The level of aggressive arrogance and incuriosity about other perspectives is off the charts. Can't imagine how anyone would want to spend time with him unless it was their job. There was so little warmth or empathy in him. I found it quite disturbing. I do some debate myself, and I understand why people get satisfaction from crushing and destroying others in argument. But I found his personality more off-putting even than Trump or Vance. I once met a hairless cat that did nothing but attack you. You'd walk into a room. The cat would just run at you and start biting you for pleasure. It was horrible. Like, why is this thing alive? Why would anyone want it around? Among humans, Destiny is the closest I've met to that cat. Truly a legitimately toxic individual with a genuinely toxic community who does the exact same shit that they used to do back in the day on 4chan Poll, on Kiwi Farms, on anonymous forums where they just like actively target, create entire files of like propaganda, of clips out of context, and they go after every single person with such viciousness until they can successfully turn them into what they consider a lol cow. And it's insane. It's like it's just mentally unhinged behavior. Yeah. I mean, fist bumping Nazis. I don't even know if that photo is real, but I know that he did go and eat chicken and waffles with him. And worse than that, he fucking openly admitted to revitalizing his career. Like time and time again. Here's the issue. If you hyper-focused on the larger problems, I wouldn't even bring this person up. You know what I mean? If he just like only cared about like taking out Ben Shapiro or right-wingers instead of spending his community's time actively and deliberately trying to come after me with false smears and attacking even like reporters who write about me, attacking my moderation team, attacking people who used to be on my mod team who are content creators themselves, people who I react to, people who I see in the real world. If they weren't so fucking busy doing all this shit, I wouldn't care. There's no legislation surrounding like cyber stalking and doing these like cyber harassment campaigns. There's just nothing. You just have to rely on people knowing what like Gamergate style cyber harassment campaigns look like. And many people do. So they know exactly what it looks like and they kind of understand it. There are certain people who don't. You know, executives get like fearful when they see any kind of motion in any direction. But overall, there is no power. Like you can brigade Reddit, but it's not penetrating the real world.
And and Fuentes' treatment of me is so bad. I don't understand. That's something he'll have to learn and grow. Not to sound like not to be too self-aggrandizing, but like Fuentes should be worshiping me because I am literally I was the only lifeline that he had to like being able to breach like mainstream political conversations. Like I represent.
He's talking about neo-Nazi Nicholas Fuentes here and how he revitalized his career. That is the person that Democratic Party's very own Congressperson Ritchie Torres was aligned with to try and fucking take the only large progressive voice out from the equation, to cancel and try to get to ban the only large left-wing progressive content creator. That's who Ritchie Torres was aligned with, using clips from his fucking subreddit, like 17-second clips. Think about how insane that is for a second, please. And then we turn around and we talk about like how crazy it is that there are no left-wing voices out there. Wow, the entire space is dominated by right-wing charlatans.
Presented a huge potential opportunity to him, and he just was so bad faith in the way that he treats me. It's unbelievable. I don't know why the he would do that. Like, he should have been so conciliatory towards me. And I'm not looking for that. I'm not asking him to be my bitch or anything. But for him to be like relentlessly bad faith against me all the time, I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you? Like, I can put you on a stream in front of 14,000 people. Like, I'm giving you your phone number to like Adam22 so you can go to a show. Why the fuck would you like burn my shit so hard? Like, you're so stupid.
Why isn't the neo-Nazi that I am prominently fucking propping up, openly admitting that I'm propping up, being nicer to me? That is the person that Ritchie Torres was working with alongside the ADL. Doesn't he also ban people from his community for calling Nick Fuentes a Nazi and said he's not a Nazi, he's just a Christian nationalist? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Also, the masks are fully off now is so funny to say about Nicholas Fuentes. He's always been this booger-eating Nazi. This is normal for him. He's never had the mask on. Yeah, I saw this as well. This is from the Don't Worry Pod, the guys in Lebanon that I platformed before.
Talk a lot, and BB's become a lot like Trump.
Yeah, BB's his guy. They're like homies. BB's celebrating last night.
Just the other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about, and he fired him because they had a disagreement, and that's like so Trump coded.
Well, he was like a moderating voice in the war room.
Yeah.
The person that they're talking about is Yoav Gallant. Yoav Gallant, alongside Benjamin Netanyahu, has an active petition for his arrest by the ICC. Now, of course, the Israeli government and the American government have been able to actively suppress this investigation from the ICC, the International Criminal Court. ICJ is prosecuting Israel. ICC prosecutes people for war crimes. Prosecutor Karim Khan has launched an investigation into both Yoav Gallant, the defense minister that they're talking about right now, that Benjamin Netanyahu just fired, and Benjamin Netanyahu for war crimes. The person that they are talking about here, before getting fired by Benjamin Netanyahu, the person that they're calling a moderating voice, said this, which is the reason why there is an active petition, an active application for a warrant for his arrest by the ICC. I have ordered a complete siege on Gaza. No electricity, no food, no fuel, no water. Everything is closed. We are fighting human animals, and we act accordingly. That is not a good guy. I'm sorry. It's not. And it's like shocking to see Ethan say this stuff.
Yeah.
And he got rid of him, or at least a more moderate voice. I don't know anything about the guy. Just recognize his picture. He looked mean.
I don't know how you don't know anything about Yoav Gallant, brother. This has been 12 months. 12 months. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant.
Mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
But I'm the radical extremist. I liked Ethan because he would go after the evil people no one would touch, but he keeps going after genuinely kind-hearted good people. So icky. He's been so used to being on the right side of things that are so easy to be on the right side about anti-trans incels, etc., that he can't fathom. Maybe he's championing the wrong side. I don't know. I don't know. I'm legitimately shocked. Bro hasn't said anything in a year about this until now, and whenever he speaks about it, it's to out himself as either apologetic or completely ignorant towards anything going on in Palestine. It's disappointing. That's all I can say. Anyway, like I said, it is shocking that so many people got like looped into this hate campaign that has just been ongoing for an entire month at this point, and it went nowhere. And it was, in some ways it was hurtful, in other ways it was expected, but I still couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe that there were people out there who are so stupid, like Ritchie Torres, that would just like get in line for this because they're so viciously pro-Israel. Like, they are so openly not cognizant of anything else that like anger and that resentment and that interest outweighed like his own personal fucking election that was coming up. Like, there is a fucking general election happening in 5 days, and this motherfucker was like using the congressional header with clips that he got from Destiny's Community out of context to be like, this guy is the arch terrorist. He must be banned immediately. It was so insane.